comes off on its own. That's good. I gotta move this trailer. I got no choice. It's gonna build up in the middle and animals are gonna get in there again. So it's really weird because my work today got canceled or postponed because of this storm. But the school buses are still running. And last time, the school buses were stopped because of freezing rain warning. It was odd. Okay, let's see if I can do this one-handed. These guys seem to be doing okay out here. It's not cold. It's just snowy. I might bring those other trees outside. Oh, let's see how they're doing over here. I didn't do too much yesterday. Seem alright. And it is, ow, what is it over there? 0, right on the money inside here. Oh, beauty. So I might, it is below 0, it's like 1 or 2 below still. So I might bring these big boys outside. They'll do better outside than in here any chance they get. But first, I'm gonna start a fire. Well, the snow has turned to rain for a little while here. Got my coffee staying warm up there. I got a used beat up old cap on a chimney. I'll show you that. It is big raindrops pouring rain up here. But I got this beat up old, it's made for insulated chimney, but actually better because it'll kind of protect that hole there a little bit. So now, since it's nice out, I gotta get these trees outside. It was 0 this morning when I started the fire. It is almost 10 over here, and there's a huge difference in temperature over here. But these guys need to go outside since it's warm out. It'd be better outside, and then I will be able to organize that place over there. So that's what I'm working on now, between all the raindrops. So I'm very wet. But it's got to be done. I got a big list of stuff today, including the bonsai stuff and not including the bonsai stuff. So much winterizing to do that I wasn't able to do. So here we go. All right, that's all the ones that need to be outside. The temperature, holy cow, it jumped right up in here. It's almost the same as over there now. Well, not quite. You can still feel that it's much colder over here, but since I lifted the curtain, that's an unbelievable difference that curtain makes. I think I will tape it on this side of this vent here. I think that'll stop the rest of the heat coming through. And I think this will work perfectly. I just got to empty it out. So there's some milkweed up there. There's my figs. And my pomegranates, they went into winter dormancy, and just before that big frost hit, they started to leaf out again for some reason. And I noticed that the leaves are still alive. Same here, they got hit by the frost, and the leaves are still alive, so I don't know what to do, if I should throw them out in the cold and let everything freeze off and force a dormancy, or if I should just take them in the house. The other ones acted really weird last year too. And these two didn't even go dormant at all last year. This is my favorite one, my humongous pomegranate. It was big right off the get-go. And then this is my one that dampened off. And it was the only survivor of all the ones that dampened off. So definitely keeping these two. This one here was the one that had 3 baby leaves when it came up. It had 3 little leaves instead of just the 2 on each side. And it was the only one out of the hundreds and hundreds of pomegranates that sprouted. It was the only one like that. So of course I kept it, and it was the most vigorous grower, and it's like you can see, these are my 2 biggest ones. All of the other ones are just little twigs, like a branch off these guys. I really need to do some work to them. This one's really flourishing the last 2 years. Absolutely just flourishing. Yeah, I'm very happy with these. I think these are 3 year from seed now. I'll have to look back and see. And then the figs, they're supposed to be able to go to completely dormant, but they can also live as a house plant. I chose to give them dormancy this year to see how much of a difference it would make. I will take them outside, but the rain hit a little bit harder, so they're happy out there. Look at that. Nice moist air. Much healthier out there than in here, but we were getting some pretty cold nights there, so I brought them in. Now I'll be able to organize stuff too, so since I have a spot to sit here, I'm going to sit and drink my coffee by this nice warm heat, and dog wants out. But when dog goes out, dog wants back in. But when dog comes in, dog wants back out. Pond is frozen over for the winter. I haven't gone down to see how thick it is. Most likely you can probably walk on it by now. Even though it's been warmed up, it's been in the daytime +4. So we lost a lot of snow due to the rain, but it's still cold enough to keep the ice on everything. I've been starting to clear out the trail back here, getting rid of all the tag alders. I want to move the trail over so that people don't keep destroying the the needle trees. Oh, excuse me. So I'm going to take some of the alders out. Once I get the chain on the chainsaw, had to replace it. It's got some broken teeth. I'll come back and cut some of that. All of these tag alders I've been cutting by hand. They sure did take over really fast. I just thought I'd take the dog on a quick little jaunt since it's a little bit warmer this morning. Well, I see we have wolves and coyotes back here again. Definitely. Oh yeah. Yeah, the orange urine is the wolves and coyotes. What the heck is that now? Ah, interesting. Kids must have been back here. Definitely, it's got the winter smell in the air. You can smell the wood smoke and the cold. I'm getting there. A little bit closer to spring every day. Holy crap, it's pouring. Who's playing with the light switch? Winter on, winter off. Winter on, winter off. Winter on, winter off. Good grief. Whoop! It's raining really hard. Ah, this is horrible. So I've got these seeds, which Google says is either passion fruit, which I don't remember ever having before, or carnivorous plant. I found them in a Ziploc bag. I don't even remember collecting them, so I don't actually know what they are. I'm going to toss them in some water. There's already a couple in there. And we'll find out what they are. And then I've also got these guys, which Google thinks is either white birch, purple tree, elm. I don't know, there's a list of other things that Google thinks it is, including bed bugs. Definitely not bed bugs. So I've got them tossed in water too. And I think I already have some of these growing. After the tarp ripped off the carport there, these rain down all over the place, so they're growing in almost all my potted trees, and I did keep some to see what they are. A lot of people said probably birch, so we'll see. I'll grow them, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to start soaking these guys, and really curious to see what these are. I don't have a clue what these could even be. If anybody knows, please let me know. Hopefully they'll sprout. I don't even know how long I've had them. Yeah. So I'll just throw them in there. I won't do that on camera. And then we'll go from there. I'm out for one of these nighttime walks with the dog. And I say nighttime because it's pitch black out here, but really it's like 6 something p.m. Yeah, it gets dark at like 5 o'clock here. Yeah, I thought there was lots of boogie people around the house. Man, there's lots of boogie folk out here. Oh, there's the dog. You gotta have a good flashlight with you. And you can look at the trees. You can single out a tree. Oh, it's hard with my phone. Or a dog, right? But you can single them out, and it actually looks pretty cool. It's a similar way of, like people do with the fog. And yes, the grass is far taller than I am, probably a good 1.5-ish taller than me. Dog is hunting mice. Tons of mice under this grass. It's like being in a cornfield, but just with like straw grass. Where's my dog? Where is he? Connor. Oh, there he is. So I'm just trying to find the back way into my trees here, which is really difficult to miss because there's a water runoff between us and that little entrance, which is right here. So if you fall in that ditch there, you've gone too far. No, I've never fallen in the ditch. I know somebody's gonna ask. Ow. You see a lot about the tree when it's pitch black and you're just focusing just on a one tree. You can see the branch structure and that ghost that just went by. You can listen to that creepy beast walking around. You can see on these spruce trees that most of the growth hangs underneath the branch. Hardly any of it grows at the top, and if it does grow at the top, it doesn't stay growing up. It lays flat. I think that's pretty cool. You see that better at night and when all the leafy trees are done for the year. You always shine your flashlight all over the place and look for extra eyeballs. Most of the extra eyeballs around here are rabbits, but occasionally there's a skunk and a bear. And there is something else walking around here. Not just my dog over there. And it's a rabbit. Getting away from the dog. I do like these night walks. At this time of year, I don't stray too far off the property because sometimes there's still the straggling hunters that trespass back here. After one incident, that was enough. Isn't that cool? You can see it's dense in here in my big forest. So all the lower branches have died away. And just the tops are alive. But if you were to, say, cut all the trees over here down and expose this lower structure, it would actually backbud down here. And you would get growth on the sunny side of the tree. It's kind of neat. You can really see the roots. There's always strangle roots on these trees. Almost every one that has roots that are above the ground has these strangler roots. Very cool. Oh, it's still alive. There is a little tad of green up there. Look dead. Where's my trail? There it is. That's a nice big thick tree. You can see it had something tied around it at one point in time. Almost looks like this forest was planted. I know there was a row of trees planted, but I think those trees have been cut down. And these are just the ones that have self-seeded since then. Long before I lived here. Some of these trees are probably older than I am. Which is not very old. In the grand scheme of things, anyway. Ooh. Ooh. Who put that branch there? Roots. That's the other thing you can see with the flashlight. All the roots coming up through the ground. Those are branches. Marks from a bear. Pretty neat. Look how thick that base looks from this side, but it's a twin trunk. And actually, I think this started out as two trees and fused. Either that or it got ripped apart in the middle and fused back together. It's pretty cool. There's another one over here. There. Same thing. I think it started out as two trees. Ow. And then fused together. Believe it or not, that dog that's barking is like 4 houses over. It's way up the road, but because all the leaves are gone off the trees, you can hear everything from very far away now. Probably a good 4 kilometers up the road. That's why the highway's so loud too. These are all those willow trees. Got alders up here too. We're just gonna cut through the field. Oh, you guys can't see that. Oh, watch where I'm walking, maybe. Very cool. You can pick out the different types of trees here too. Spruce. Looks like an alder. Another spruce. Oh, I can't see the white pine from here. Jeez, dog scared me. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, you can see spruce, spruce, pine. You can see the difference real easy here. Of course, quite obvious difference with these ones. Oh, there's two different ones here. Now, I wonder if these are white spruce. Let's look. I mean white spruce. Oh my goodness, white pine. Let's look at the needle bunches here. And they're 5 needle bunches, so yep. Definitely a white pine. Let's see if I can get one that you guys can see. Right here, maybe. One of these ones. You can count 5 needles per bunch. And that's on that little tree there. The big tree's way up here, but I'm assuming it's exactly the same. Ooh. Look at the branches on this one. All the foliage hanging down. It's not that old, but the foliage hangs down, way down, and then when the wind blows it rocks back and forth, and it's very cool. See that? There's a good example of the foliage at the top of the branch lays flat or is non-existent, and then everything just hangs down. It's hard to tell when you're looking straight up at the tree, but that branch was a good example of it. Very cool. Wood pile. Oh, I'm on the other side of the field already. Welcome to nighttime. Oh, oh, there's a hole there. It didn't melt. We're actually going through a bit of a warm period right now. We had a whole bunch of rain, so that took a bunch of our snow away. Look at the branch structure. Everything just fans out. Almost like coral in a reef. Those big branch corals. Very cool. Well, that's wild. There's another good example. Top of the branch is flat. Everything's hanging right down. Hanging down underneath. And it just waves in the wind. The older the tree, the more is hanging down underneath. And it doesn't get rigid. It stays quite soft, and it'll blow back and forth even in winter. A younger tree. Oh, I should have gone through the big willows. Oh, there's another hole. It's cool going through the willows. It's hard to see on the phone, but it just looks right creepy in here. Tree skeletons. Oh, you can see it's already getting ready for spring. It's not the willows that are making those, it's the alders. They're making their long spore sacs, or whatever you call them. And the alders are the ones with these little tiny cones. Oh, I don't know if you can see them right there. The little tiny cones there. But yeah, the alders are already prepping. Pretty cool. Oop. Tripping and falling. Yeah, some more alders here, along with the willows. Let's see if the pond stayed frozen. Oh yeah. Yeah, still iced over. Can't really see with the phone. But we still got lots of ice there. You show up good with the, with the flashlight. Crazy mutt. Anyway, thought I'd take you for a night walk. Probably about 6:30 at night now. Yeah. Something different. Where's that apple tree? Take a look at that before we go. Right here. Check it out. Look at the branch structure in my apple tree. It's a crab apple mix. The apples are really sweet, like a store-bought apple. So it's probably a cross but from my neighbor's crab apple and the lady down the road with Edible Apple Orchard. So probably a Golden Delicious or something like that mixed. But it's really neat leaf or branch structure. The branches come from all over the place in here. And they just jut out in every direction. They don't follow any rules. Just spiked all over the place. Even off of the trunks. Branches all over the place off the trunks. And I haven't trimmed this. It's only a few years old. Yeah. Anyway, I guess that'll be that for tonight. I got lots of stuff to do. Right? Yeah.